Hello, I am a tiny bit early today. So I'm just going to wait a little bit until people join us before I do the official welcome. And then we can get the program started. While we wait, I just want to apologize in advance. My voice is not completely okay. My health situation decided to grant me with a throat problem as well as symptoms of a fever since this morning. So I've been feverish all day. It happens regularly, but today of all days, it just wasn't the day for it, but there you go. So here we are. But I've got everything prepared. Um, Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit early. So as I've said, my throat is a bit affected, and I have fever symptoms. Let's put it that way, since this morning. So just excuse my my voice. Um, but other than that, let's officially open. And right, so hallo allemaal. My naam is Eti. Baie welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. Hoe gaan dit met julle vandag? So those words I put in the chat, I did not do the greeting exactly as it is in the chat. So in the chat, the greeting is hallo allemaal. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. So that's the greeting. And you will see hoe gaan dit met julle also in the chat. Right, so what is going to happen in this live today? I am going to read you a book that is complete beginner Afrikaans. So this one, it is called Aarde. So I'm going to open with this one. It is one line per page and lots of pictures. So I'm going to open with that. Then I'm going to go to my whiteboard and I am going to explain to you what we do with the word ne and de and also its counterparts. And then we are going to look at the e sound with the two dots on top, how to use it, how it influences a word. And then we are going to read the more complicated book from my childhood. I saw it the other day in the library, and I immediately remembered all the pictures from the book when I was young. So it's this one. I think a lot of you have read it. This is the lelike eendjie. That means the ugly duckling, right? So we all know that story. If you, hello, welcome. Thank you. I hope that things will look up tomorrow for me. But my health is, it's a circus. It's a circus, right? So here we have die lelike eendjie, and that means the ugly duckling. And I'm sure if you either Afrikaans or English, I don't know in how many other languages this has been translated, you probably know the story. This one is slightly more advanced, so meaning there are a couple of sentences per page, but it's a thin book. Both of these books aren't very long. They're both illustrated, so I'm going to try and read it to you while I hold it up so that you can see the pictures and you can follow the words. I'm going to try and read that to you in reverse or in mirror image. I'm going to try and do my best. All right, so sorry the nose. Oh, my word. Like it's just throwing everything at me today. All right, so how many people have we got? We are 3. All righty then, we'll start. If you see my nose running out of my nose, just let me know in the comment section, please. Because at this point, I don't know what's coming next. So, all right. I hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so we start with very easy reading. This book, it is called Aarde, which means earth. And the guy who wrote it is called J.P. van der Walt. Now, this same guy wrote quite a few other books, and this series is a total beginner reading series for young school learners. You find it in our libraries. You might be able to find it online. So after the live, if I haven't done it already, I will post the names and the writers in the comment section, or rather in the description. And you guys can, if you want to, you can go and try and find it somewhere. A lot of these things aren't online and they're not downloadable. So a lot of them don't have ebook formats. All right, so here we go. So keep it like this so you can see what's going on. All right, Aarde. And so this is how it looks inside for our library. So we do now have an online library system, but I haven't been to the library in like a million years because I use Kindle. And so I used to read a lot from the library. But then I signed up the other day again. And so until they give me my card and my PIN, I could only get them manually. So I got them from the library. Right, so there we go. Aarde. Right. Riveting story. Okay, so you can see this way. Okay. Maak jou oë toe en dink aan. Right, so I'm not, if you want me to translate it word for word as we go, let me know in the comment section if you want me to read and do a translation. We also have some people that write in Afrikaans and English for exactly that purpose, for second and third language learners. So you do get books that are both languages. All right, maak jou oë toe en dink aan. 'n baie groot stuk land. Waar dit baie keer reën. Right, let's just see. Ha, there's the secret. Waar dit baie keer reën. Let's see. All right. Die reën laat alles groei. Die gras, die plante, die blomme en die bome. Fonteine en riviere ontstaan. I shall optimize the system at some point. Waarin mense en visse swem. Naby die water bly daar baie ander diere en voëls en insekte. Dink aan 'n groot stuk land. So they're still going with that. All right. Met velde, woude en dorpe en groot stede met hoë geboue en huise. Met berge en klowe en rotse en grotte. Met yster en steenkool en silwer en goud. 'n groot stuk land waarop ons almal bly. Kan jy aan so 'n plek dink? Dit is die aarde. And that was it. That was it. You can see on the back, they advertise more books, but I will put the link in the description, or at least the name of the writer. And I will provide you, as I go on, the more lives I do, I will provide writers that write both in English and Afrikaans, for beginner, for more advanced. There are a few Afrikaans books that are quite advanced in like high school reading that you might be able to download. Two that comes to mind is, the one is Mina Afrika, and the other one is Kringe in die Bos. They are both really good, but they are high school reading, so it is challenging. It's not easy reading. I would say it's rather advanced. Okay, that's first language reading. All right, so we're going to move on to the teaching portion of this live. I've got my whiteboard that I write on for my swimmers. I've got it there, cleaned it, and I've got some stuff written on it. So this is not going to be elegant in any way, shape, or form. Let me just tell you that the angle is horrifying. When I get up, it will cut my head off. And then eventually I will come back into view in a very strange fashion where my top body looks even larger than it really is. So just know that. All right, so here we go. The board. And I will lift it up more as we need to. Let's move it a little bit back. There we go. All right, so here's the situation. I'm partially in view. So at the top, people asked me the other day about the word ne and the word de, how we use it, which is the correct spelling. So the answer to that is this one with the little accent line backwards. That is the correct spelling of ne, because ne shortens the e. It shortens the e. So, and de is the same thing. We've got de. In general, it shortens only the e. And it's like an explosive short de, ne. But we also use it in this fashion, ne, and then it is the copy on the e. So ne in some cases, in de. But de is, I think de will happen less than ne. Those are the correct spelling in general if it's short. Then you get another one that lies forward, the accent sign. If it's forward on any word, it means the whole word, oh my word, the whole word must be accented, right? So if you have a word like D, which often happens, if you have D and there's a forward accent little sign, and yes, I sound very uneducated now because I can't remember the correct name, but if you have that on an I or an E in a word, it means you have to accent the whole word. So if you have a sentence with die hond stap in die pad, that's just a normal one. But if you want to really accent the die, you'll say die hond stap in die pad. Then you'll have the forward one. These ones, they lie backwards. Right, so how do you use it? Ne is very common in Afrikaans. We use it in every other sentence, very much part of the language. It's more of an informal way to speak. So if you go for a very serious job interview and you are going to like a la-di-da company, don't net your boss. Right? Really don't. It's that's not going to go down well, right? So net and de, especially de, that's even worse. Don't go there. If you want to be super polite, just exclude them. But they're not impolite. They're just very informal, right? So if you want to say de is usually when you give something to somebody. You might be hello, hi. Right, so you might be annoyed, right, at someone, and you hand them something. And if you are really annoyed, you say de, which means just take it and go. Like go, de. You wanted it, take it. De. So de. De, sometimes it sounds like that. Less often used, almost never used. It's more this one. So de, mostly used. Sometimes it sounds like that, depending on the person, depending on what languages they speak. But it's mostly going to be that one. So it's just de, and that's annoyance. That's annoyance. That's like de, fare, take it. Just take it and go. Take it, de. So that's de, right? It's simple. Ne is a little bit more complicated. So ne is like agreeing with someone, but also it can be a question. So you can say, I am so tired now. And then somebody's response when it's sarcastic can be ne, which means you don't say, right? So it's like, I'm so tired now because I had a tough day, nothing's working out. And the person rolls their eyes like, ne. It's like, oh, you don't say, oh, really? So that's ne. That's the easy way to go, ne, shortened. The other way you can go is a question. So we use it as a question when you want to know if it's correct, if something's correct. So you'll ask a person, so am I now understanding you correctly? Not a good question to ask for that one. It's more like, okay, so you say that I must just push this button and then that screen will go off and then I'm fine. and then you go ne, which means is that correct? So ne, is that correct? Is that the way I should do it? Or you can say ne, which we also do. So both mean the same thing. There's no difference in meaning. There's no difference in meaning. Sometimes people just stretch it out, and sometimes they don't. There might be cases where we say ne um, in a more nagging fashion or in a more friendly fashion. The shortened one is a little bit more impolite or more agitated. But no, so ne is, oh, you don't say, or oh, really? Like ne, oh, you don't say. Or you can go ne or ne when you're not sure and you're questioning. It's like, is that correct? Is this the right way? Like ne. So those are the ways you use it. Now we use it very often. Those are the most common ways to use it. There might be ones I'm forgetting about now, and they might appear here and there, but that's the most common. Let me just see if we have more questions. Has ET one-on-one? Oh, okay. So at the moment, no. At the moment, I don't have one-on-one lessons. This look is, whoo, it's rough. I don't have one-on-one at the moment. Simply because I'm a swim coach full-time, or for the most part full-time. So my in-person job, is coaching. It takes a lot out of me, and I'm on the pool deck for the most part. So you'll find me next to a pool most of the time, and if I'm not next to the pool, I'm in the pool. And I'm either coaching in the pool or I'm training because I also swim. So that is, most of my time is spent in the water or next to the water. That is why for the moment, I'm only doing the lives and then the channel. However, if I get to a stage in my life where I feel like the swimming is too much with my health and everything, and I can't continue in that way, I might decide to do online lessons, like one-on-ones and group sessions and things like that. So that is not a consideration, but for now, it's not in the plan right now. So that's how it's going. All right, let me see. What are we here? What is the difference in pronunciation between ear and ear? All right. Now this is what we call a boger. A boger in Afrikaans is like, that's a little troublemaker, right? This is a boger. It's a problem, it's a troublemaker, it's a little problem. Boger. Boger is spelled B-O-G-G-E-R. Not like a booger, like a boger. Jy is a boger, which means you are a problem, you are a bad guy, you're a bad girl, you're a bit of an ass. It has a lot of that connection, but it's not positive. Right. Okay, so this one, getting back to all right, so the job of that one, as it is there, that pronunciation alone doesn't change anything about the letter. Those two dots changes how you pronounce a word, right? So the copy changes letter pronunciation, it stretches it out. So if you have copy, then it is a. But when you have two doikies like this just on the letter is still just a. Nothing changes. But in a word, this one without the dots is full. And then you have the oo sound, full. But the moment you put the dots like down there, it divides the two vowels. So it separates the pronunciation between the o and the e. That's what its purpose is. So when you now pronounce this one is full. That one is full. Now, it sounds like two O's, but what it's actually doing is saying full O. Full O. Pronounced not like you would think a is pronounced an O. It makes the first one a long sound. So it's full O. And then it becomes full. So when you pronounce the double dot one, the e, in a word, it sort of separates the two vowels and then stretches or puts a little bit of an accent on the second one that has the doikies on it. So it'll be full, full, full. But we just say full, and then it sounds like F-O-O-L. But that is its purpose. And oh, sorry, I'm gonna hide from myself after this. All right, so here we have the same thing with reën and reël. Reën for rain. That's bird, right? That's bird. It's also another appendage. Not going to go there, but yeah. Its legit name for a bird is fool. Oh, sorry, fool. Fool. What am I saying? Fool means touch, right? Fool means touch. Voel means bird. Also something else. Yes, okay. So going on. We have reën. We just say reën, but it's supposed to be reën. So it's supposed to separate the two S. It should separate the two vowels. But we get lazy and we just go for reën. And it sounds very much like there's no doetjie. Although if you really slow it down and you are really pronouncing it phonetically correct, it should be reën and reël, which is just then divided but pronounced consecutively. So reël, reën. That's what it's supposed to do. We do not adhere to that rule most of the time. We are terrible. We are terrible with pronouncing our own language phonetically correct. Some are better than others, right? But we're pretty terrible. Now, here down below, we have a word with two S and a, right? You get those two doetjies on a as well. Same function. So if it's on the it's just separating it from the letter before it. So it always, that's the other thing. The doetjies, it separates the second letter from the one before. So it's on the second one, it divides it between the second and the first one that's before it, not the one after it. So the one after it's together, right? So this word, without the doetjies, will be pronounced beëindig, right? Without the doetjies, because then you'll pronounce the double E, beëindig. But the doetjies is always on this. This is how you write it, so that it will separate the first E from the second one. And the second E forms a sound with the which is that A sound, the A vowel in Afrikaans. So this word is beëindig, right? So you're saying the B, and then you say eindig, beëindig, right? So that is its purpose. I hope this was informative. All right. Okay, so do you guys have any more questions related to that stuff that was just on the board? Oh, and let me read so long. Hello, Edie. Ek hoop jy word gou beter. Dankie. Thank you so much. Kan jy dalk intermediate advanced videos maak asseblief? Sure, yes I can. I can. Is there anything specific that you would like in the intermediate and in the advanced videos? Are there specific language or grammar and specific literature or just general speaking things that you want? You guys can cloud the comment section, fill it up, right? All your suggestions, even if you think it's stupid. No suggestion is stupid. It helps me a lot when I don't have a lot of imagination. Okay, so when I work a lot, all right, which is usually the case in the summer, then I'm swamped with swimming. And then it is hard when I'm tired to think clearly and creatively enough, in my opinion and to my standards. And then it helps a lot when I have things from the viewers that they really need, because then I know the thing I'm making is not wasting anyone's time. So please, no idea is stupid, no request, no suggestion, as long as it's about the topic, the Afrikaans. Yes, so that's fine. Yes, I can make those things. Just let me know what you need. All right, so then we're moving on to the lelike eendjie, the ugly duckling. One of my favorites when I was very, very young. I think I read this when I was like 6 or 7. It's like a long time ago, man. A long time ago. But I was in the library like all day, every day. I read the whole library from the one end to the other end, and that's Afrikaans, English, and everything I could find. And I was reading in the adult section like long time before I was adult enough, because I went through everything on the other side. And then I also discovered the other books in the adult section, which I was very amused by. Yeah, it was interesting. Right, so these books belong to a series. Let me just get this right. Okay. Oh my word. Rigting beduiveld is die woord. This is like direction challenge, right? Rigting beduiveld, when you're not good with directions. Okay, so this is GROOTOOG-STORIES. So these guys also make a lot of these tiny books, and they are ancient. This one was written and made in 1989. A long time ago. And it's been in the library ever since. All right, so Let me see if I can do this well enough. Okay, this is page 1. Right. 'n Ma-eend het op haar nes tussen die riete langs 'n dam gesit. In die nes was daar 5 eiers. Een vir een het die eiers gekraak en een vir een kruip 4 donsige geel eendjies uit. Where am I reading now? Oh my word. Toe bly daar nog net 1 eier oor. Dit was groter as die ander en die ma-eend moes 'n paar uur wag voor dit ook stadig middeldeur gekraak het. 'n groot grys eendjie kruip uit. Vir 'n eendjie lyk jy maar snaaks, sê die ma-eend, terwyl sy na die groot, lomp, grys eendjie kyk. Maar miskien word jy mooi as jy groot is. Oh wow. Childhood trauma. Wow. Alright. Die volgende oggend neem die ma-eend die eendjies water toe. Een vir een spring hulle in en begin rondswem. Die lelike grys eendjie swem die beste van almal. Daardie middag neem die ma-eend die eendjies na die plaaswerf om die ander diere te ontmoet. Wie's die? Right, now you guys see this one. It's this, woo! Okay, where am I? Look at this one. Daai die, right? That one is the one lying forward. It places an accent on the whole word. Wie's die? Klop die henne en wys na die grys eendjie. Hy's darm lelik. Wow. Right. This way. Al die diere lag vir die grys eendjie en spot hom omdat hy so groot is. Naderhand lag selfs sy eie broers en susters vir hom. Lelike eendjie, spot hulle. Die grys eendjie raak so ongelukkig dat hy besluit om weg te loop. Hy klim uit die dam en loop sonder om te rus tot hy ver weg is van die huis. Hy kom by 'n vlei waar die wilde eende bly. Jy's regtig lelik, sê hulle, oh my word. Maar jy kan hier bly. Toe boem, is daar 'n harde skoot. Daar is jagters in die vlei. Die jagter se hond loer deur die riete, sniffel aan die eendjie en hardloop weg. Ek is so lelik dat selfs die hond my nie wil vang nie, roep die eendjie. Die eendjie stap deur 'n digte bos tot hy by 'n huisie kom. In die huisie woon 'n vrou met haar hen en kat. Jy kan hier bly en baie eiers vir my lê, sê die ou vrou. Maar die eendjie kan natuurlik nie eiers lê nie. Die ou vrou se hen is baie onvriendelik met die eendjie. Skoort, raas sy, toe die eendjie nie sy eiers lê nie. Die ou vrou se kat hou ook nie van die eendjie nie. Jy's 'n niks werd en ons wil jou nie hier hê nie, grom hy. Toe loop die eendjie maar verder tot hy by die dammetjie kom. Hier bly hy die hele somer. Daar is baie om te eet, maar die lelike eendjie is nog ongelukkig. Toe word die lug grys en donker. Dis winter. Die kos word min en dit raak so koud dat die eendjie moet bly rondswem om nie te verkleum nie. Elke dag raak die dammetjie waarin die eendjie swem kleiner, tot 'n boer hom een oggend in die ys vasgevries kry. Versigtig tel hy hom op en neem hom huis toe. Apologies. In die kombuis word die eendjie gou warm. Die boer se kinders wil hom vir 'n troeteldier hê, maar die arme eendjie dink hulle wil hom seermaak en hy vlieg verskrik op. Terwyl hy in die vertrek rondfladder, stamp die lelike eendjie 'n groot beker melk om. Hy is doodbang. Hy vlieg by die deur uit en rus nie voor hy baie ver weg is nie. Die winter was lank en koud, maar toe hoor die eendjie 'n voeltjie sing en voel die son se flou strale op sy vere. Eindelik was dit lente. Die eendjie vertrek weer. Sy vlerke is nou sterker en hy vlieg oor 'n meer waarop die 3 wit swane swem. Hy kyk hartseer na die pragtige voëls. Ek sal na hulle toe vlieg, besluit hy dan. Hulle pik my dalk dood, maar ek sal liewer doodgaan as om weer in die winter sonder 'n huis of vriende te wees. Just saying, this is a children's book, right? Oh my word. Op pad ondertoe kyk die lelike eendjie, sorry people, kyk die lelike eendjie af in die water. En wat sal hy sien? Nie sy ou lelike grys lyf nie, maar wit vere en 'n lang gekromde nek. Hy is 'n swaan. Die 3 swane groet hom vriendelik en trots swem hy in die meer rond. So begin 'n nuwe lewe vir die lelike eendjie, wat al die tyd 'n pragtige wit swaan was. Okay, and that is the end, people, of a absolute terrible story. Right. Okay, net om alles in Afrikaans te verklaar. Okay. Yes, that is the thing of the more advanced videos. Usually you then do the class in Afrikaans. So right, so there's no English anymore. So you want me to do the whole thing in Afrikaans, which is cool. I will happily do that. Oh, I also have something else coming up. I arranged with a friend of mine. She also has a YouTube channel, but it's a small channel currently because she is a teacher overseas and she's very busy. So the channel is like a part-time thing or very much on the side for her. But I asked her to do an interview with me where I ask her questions and then she answers in Afrikaans. So we grew up together. And I'm looking forward to that. She's filming all the stuff, then she sends it to me. And then I film the questions and I sort of put it together. So it's not a live interview yet because we are 6 hours apart, right? She's in Hong Kong. So the time just doesn't work out with the work and everything else. We never get a time when we can sort of dual chat or something and then tape that or screen record it because it's just not good for the schedules. So I'm going to do that. It should be interesting. I also have a couple of other friends that I have talked to, and should they, when they see their way clear, we'll have a live conversation. I have friends with different Afrikaans dialects. So some of them speak a more Kaaps Afrikaans. Some of them speak in Afrikaans, but they're English speaking. Some of them are bilingual. And it should be then interesting to see how that affects the dialect and how we talk to each other. So that is in the works. It is more difficult. When it's not just me, it's more difficult to arrange it with all of the people. Right, so guys, yeah, let me know if you have any questions for now. That was our little session for today. If you like this, if you want me to do something similar, oh, that was perfect, dankie. Thank you so much. If you guys want me to do something similar next time, if you want me to read from this is going wrong, from a more advanced book, see, I should sleep. If you want more advanced reading, let me know. I can read from Mina Afrika, I can read from Kring in die Bos. If your Afrikaans isn't at a pretty high level, you will probably understand next to nothing, but it's good to hear. It really is good to hear, so you can let me know. All right, thank you so much, guys. It was awesome to have you guys here. I'm very happy. I like the lives. I like just talking. I talk a lot in my personal life and in my professional life. That is part of the job. So I just enjoy to freely speak and not think so much about it. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll let you guys know when I do a live again. Right. And if you are going to sleep soon, sleep well. If you just got up, Have an excellent day. Tot ziens.